Someone who's involved in this professionally. David Annal is professional researcher in family history and an expert on the history of the census, and co-authored Census, the Family Historian's Guide. Let's not get in too much to today's modern-day census. If we can, perhaps we look at past censuses. I'm assuming that's the plural. What have they taught us? What have we learned? How have they helped us? Good morning.
Good morning, Nick. Well, I can really only speak from a family historian point of view rather than a statistician's point of view. But the census is one of the key sources for family historians. So we've got the returns that are available from 1841 through to 1911. And they tell us a huge amount about our people, about our families. And it's one of the few sources that's available that we can use to research the lives of ordinary people. So this isn't about kings and queens and very great important white people. It's about everyone who's living in the country, and everyone's equal in the census. So it's a great source from that point of view.
So I get the historical perspective, David. Do you sense that as the years have gone by, the questions have moved into other areas, or you're totally comfortable?
Well, I'm comfortable with it, partly because, or mainly because, it's anonymised. We may be providing our details, our information, but that information is kept secret for 100 years. So
I give the address on that, don't I?
I beg your pardon?
I put my address on it, don't I?
You absolutely you do, yes, but that information is kept secret by the government for 100 years. Has been.
Seriously?
Has been historically, yeah, absolutely. The census information is not used to gather information about individuals.
No.
It's gathered to information to...
There's no barcoding or anything that they can track it back, of course.
But I'm not saying that they couldn't.
Oh, come on, David.
No, I'm not saying they couldn't.
I'm going to say I'm a cynical old journalist. I'm certainly two of those three are right. Come on, my friend. I'm not saying necessarily for sinister reasons, but you absolutely buy that our... Go ahead, I'll let you continue, yeah.
No, I do, absolutely. I mean, information is kept secret. In terms of individuals, it's a data gathering exercise. So they're taking the information that they need to plan for services and deliveries. I mean, I'm a cynic as well as when it comes to government intervention. I
really, and you don't see a problem here. I mean, why do they need to know whether I own my house or it's mortgaged?
Well, they need to know how many people own their houses or it's mortgaged in order to plan for service delivery. They don't need to know about which individuals do this.
Service delivery in this country is a bloody disaster.
That's a different issue. That's a different matter.
Why do they need to know if I'm bi?
Again, they need to know how many people are bi, or they want to know how many people are bi, in order to plan services.
How do you plan services for transgender or bi or lesbian? What do you do?
Well, right back in 1800, when the first census was proposed, a man called John Rickman was behind it. He said, the intimate knowledge of any country must form the rational basis of legislation and diplomacy.
Yeah, but
I don't think that's changed.
They've got no right to know my intimate... Lastly, why do they need to know if I'm a Buddhist?
Well, the same thing. It's all the same thing. It's useful for the government, and also will be useful in 100 years from a historical point of view, to know how many people were Buddhists.
Yeah, I mean, there was an organisation about 60 years ago that was very keen to find out people's faiths, of course, in another part of Europe.
Nick, I don't disagree with you. I understand the dangers behind the census, but all I can do is commentate. It's coming from a historical point of view to say that this information has proved extremely useful to historians.
And you've done a first-class job in that, David. Thank you, and thank you for all your input. I'm not... Please don't take that as personal criticism. It wasn't levelled at you personally at all. David Annal is a professional researcher in family history, and he's co-authored Census, the Family Historian's Guide.